diet freedom. Being able to eat what you want, when you want, while being in full control of how much you eat. It's an incredible feeling, and for me as a coach, it is ridiculously rewarding when my clients arrive at this stage in their journey. This past week, one of my coaching clients, Tom, went away on an unexpected trip and didn't skip a beat with his fat loss progress. When he got back, he sent me a message saying that this new lifestyle, where he's able to listen to his body, actually works. Does he need to eat that entire steak sandwich? Maybe, maybe not. Does he need to eat the dessert? Maybe, maybe not. The key is he's the one making the decision about what's going to serve him best in that moment. He's not a victim or a passenger in this journey. He is in the driver's seat now. And I mentioned recently, one of my other coaching clients, Jeff, used to stress out about dining out. He always worried about looking at the menu, what would be the best choice that's going to allow him to hit his calorie and macro targets for the day and not blow his diet. But rather than avoiding these situations, which he had done in the past, like turning down opportunities to dine out with family, friends, and coworkers, he's now intentionally putting himself in that position to improve upon this situation, because this is something where he wants to grow. He wants to be able to dine out and not feel stressed, not worry about what the best choice is. He just wants to enjoy the meal that he actually wants to have at that time. So instead of, again, avoiding these situations, he's actually scheduled multiple work dinners. And he just had one, his first one, well, this new improved Jeff that he's unleashing to the world now, really expressing the best version of himself. And upon having this meal, he's really discovered what he thinks is going to suit him best, which is just eating lighter throughout the day and banking calories for that meal. So when he gets there, he's not worried about how many calories in the meal. You know, he's got a lot of room to play with. Who cares what the calories are? I'm going to choose the meal that I want, and I'm going to enjoy that meal responsibly. And this time he ended up having a big ass ribeye steak. I think he started off with like a breaded shrimp. Maybe it was a spring roll along with that as well, and a miso soup. He said it was absolutely fantastic. He savored every bite. He didn't care. He didn't give a shit about how many calories were in that meal. He just savored every bite, the company that he's with. And his coworkers ended up getting dessert that they were for all of them to share. He had a bite of the dessert, and he's like, it was okay. He didn't really enjoy it all that much. So he stopped at that one bite there, and the coworkers said, come on, have some more. He's like, you know, it's just, I'm not enjoying it as much. I'm not going to have it. Whereas like a lot of others, even if it was just okay, because that dessert was in front of them, they would just keep shoveling it down. It might taste okay, but it's not great. Whereas Jeff's like, if I'm going to use these calories, I want to enjoy the meal. I want to save those calories for a dessert that actually brings me great pleasure and great joy, that I really enjoy every single bite that I'm taking with that meal. And this is what I talk about a lot in a lot of my recent videos over the past couple of years here, is that it's so important for us in the beginning to track our calories, to track our nutrition, to monitor our portion sizes, but do so because it is an education. It's a great education in what portion sizes suit us best. But you got to do so with a heightened sense of awareness. It's one thing to track your calories, but you don't want to become reliant on that calorie tracking tool. You want to be able to wean yourself off of the tracking and really learn to, like Tom said, listen to his body, just eating to that point of satisfaction, being responsible with your portion intake. So paying attention to what, again, the portion that you're tracking your calories, what portion sizes suit you best that brings you to the point of satisfaction without feeling like overfull or stuffed. What foods are more satiating in general? Like, do you prefer like high volume foods, having more veggies, lean proteins that tend to fill your stomach more? Maybe you find like fattier foods are more satiating to you. But paying attention to the portion sizes that you need when you're consuming more fatty foods. If you're having like nuts and avocados, like it doesn't take a lot. It's a pretty small portion that's going to have a pretty high calorie content. So being aware of that, that's where the benefits of tracking your calories come into play, and you're like, whoa, I'm aware that these kinds of foods are pretty high, or I got to kind of limit my portions of that. But also paying attention to like how each meal energizes you. Like, again, getting to that point of satisfaction where you're walking away, like, I feel pretty good from that. Like, that meal, I feel good right afterwards. And then a few hours later, like, man, my energy levels are sustained. I'm like, got my workout coming up. I'm ready to perform my best here and just feel my best throughout this process. So really paying attention to, again, the foods that bring you great pleasure. It's one thing to consume foods that are kind of calorie friendly. Like they're high volume foods with lower calories. But if you're eating them just for that purpose, okay, it may help you achieve your goal. But again, I encourage you to consume foods that you actually look forward to having, that actually suit you best. As I mentioned recently, I used to have like protein pancakes and protein crepes, and all of my omelets were made with egg whites. All those crepes and pancakes were made with egg whites. I never used whole eggs because, again, it provided me with a higher volume food, higher protein content that tended to satiate me more, like fill my stomach more. Not necessarily palatable enjoyment. Like they're okay, but I didn't like love them compared to other meals that I consume. Plus, like the egg whites gave me gas. Whereas now, like for the past few years, it's been nothing but whole eggs. I have like 4 whole eggs each and every day. I love the taste of whole eggs. I crave whole eggs, especially from my friend's local farm where they come from, like loved hens. Like I love eggs, and I really struggle to go a day without them because I look forward to them so much, whereas I didn't so much look forward to the egg white. So I've had conversation with other clients recently where they were more focused on just consuming higher volume foods that were lower in calories, but realizing that, you know what, they not bringing them as much pleasure. It's okay to work some of them in there, but you want to make sure that you are incorporating foods that you actually enjoy, that you actually look forward to. This is, again, about living your life to the fullest. You can fit in all of your favorite foods into your diet. You don't need to avoid anything. You don't need to just eat certain foods. You can eat anything you want and fit it into your calorie target for the day, or at least eat those foods to the point of satisfaction when you're done weaning yourself off from the calorie tracking. Hopefully you've gained enough of the insight that you needed throughout the weeks, months, maybe years of tracking your calories, where you no longer need to track. I don't track my calories anymore, other than when I'm recording a video where I want to show what it's like to eat a 2,500 calorie a day diet, or a 2,000 calorie a day diet, or 3,000 calorie a day diet. I'll track it for the video's sake, and maybe I'll track my intake for just make sure my eyeballing is on point there. I use my food scale all the time. I don't think that's any different. Like when I'm pouring my bowl of oats and berries, like having it on the countertop or on a food scale doesn't make a difference, but at least I know my portion sizes are consistent each and every day. The shake, I'm always looking for like the 1 cup of kefir. There's the measuring mark on there. The 1 cup of unsweetened vanilla almond milk, another cup measured on there. It's easy to track there. It's either easy to measure. I'm sure each egg that I have is not going to be the exact same calories. It's again, ballpark estimates there. Veggies, I don't measure my veggies. I just dump as much of those in there as I can. I love getting that veggie intake in there. My Greek yogurt, I'll measure that. And the berries, again, I'm pouring it into a bowl. It's on the countertop. Why not just put it on a food scale? Know that my portion size is consistent each and every day. So again, those are ways that I don't need to track my calories. I know I'm measuring the portion size out. I know the portion size is consistent. I have that structure in my lifestyle, and I've learned what suits me best over the years. But more than anything, these are all meals that bring great joy to my life, that allow me to thrive, feel my best, perform my best, not just in the gym, but in all aspects of my life. I love to have my mental clarity. So just really paying attention to the foods that may make me a little bit sluggish. Maybe there's some meals that you have afterwards that may taste great, very palatable, but shortly after you crash and you're not able to perform your best with your work, you're not able to give the best to your family. So paying attention to all those things. But again, it's so incredibly freeing when you can go away on vacation, dine out with friends, and not worry, not stress out about it, trusting yourself that you're going to eat responsibly. You're going to push that plate away when you reach that point of satisfaction. If a food isn't enjoyable to you, you don't have to eat it. Save it. Enjoy. Choose something that you actually enjoy and save those calories. And if it's not going to be that meal, you can go have it somewhere else, another time, whatever. That's something that you're actually going to enjoy. So that is my take home message for the day. Some great examples from my clients here. And again, to me, it's one of the most rewarding experiences when you arrive at this point in your journey where you put in all that work to track your intake and to have that heightened sense of awareness of what's actually going to suit you best, what's actually going to allow you to thrive, and you enjoy all these experiences. Because dining out, going on vacation, having all these foods is a part of us living our lives to the fullest. It feels good. It tastes great. But it's even better when you're able to walk away from that experience going, you know what, I enjoyed it to the point of satisfaction. I was responsible. I was in control. Yes, I was tempted with all these foods. Yes, I enjoyed all those foods. Hooray for me. pat myself on the back. I didn't pig out. I didn't go overboard just because it was in front of me. I get to have these foods anytime I want. I can fit them into my calorie budget anytime I want, even though I'm not tracking. I can fit them into what my body actually needs for the day without feeling overfull, stuffed, bloated, all that kind of stuff. All the negative stuff that comes from overeating or eating foods that just don't serve me best. So I hope you enjoyed this message. If you did, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. But more than anything, I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts, share your insights, share your feedback, share your own personal experiences. How do you handle these situations? Are you able to eat to that point of satisfaction? Are you able to control how much you're eating when you dine out, when you go out, when you're on a trip? Would love to hear from you. Can't wait to hear from you. Before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. Have yourself an amazing day. Catch you next video.